The holidays are here, and for many of us, that means more people, more presents, and let's be real, more stuff. And if you're a clutter bug, if you are a fellow pile maker, then this video is for you. So I watched Andrew Huberman's video on ADHD, and let me tell you, I felt so heard when he was talking about the pile system. So as he described it, oftentimes people with ADHD tend to categorize things in piles. So rather than putting things away, they may have piles on maybe like a table or on the kitchen counter in specific spots where you tend to stack things. And this isn't to say that it is an ADHD exclusive thing. Nevertheless, it is something I also tend to do, especially with like mail or clothes, things like that. And if there's word of people are coming over, those piles just get moved to a bigger pile somewhere, usually that you can't see, like a closet or somewhere you could just dump things, hide it in the meantime. So not only are we going to be decluttering and tackling these doom piles, we're also going to be coming up with systems and especially ADHD friendly tips to help us sort through our little chaos. So happy Vlogmas Day 8. We are posting holiday related videos. Today I decided to do decluttering, and I think it's really important during the holiday season for a couple of reasons. One, maybe you're hosting guests. I don't know about you, but I don't think you or your guests wants to be staring at piles of junk during your holiday gatherings. You probably need the extra room to host people and have food and presents out, which is reason number 2, making room. You have gifts coming in, you have holiday decorations, you have people. It's a perfect time to let go of the things that you probably don't need, especially as you want a way to get rid of this year's clutter before the new year comes in. And last but not least, mental clarity. You know what they say, a cluttered space equals a cluttered mind. Whether you realize it or not, clutter will add to your overwhelm. So believe it or not, I actually got inspired to do a deep clean after watching A Night Before. For those of you who do not know, this Christmas I am on a mission to find some Christmas family traditions for myself, and I have a reaction channel where I'm doing 12 days of Christmas. I'm watching 12 movies, and The Night Before was one of them. And there was this moment where the main character, Ethan, was really struggling. We had a little flashback into his younger days, Christmas past, and it was a scene where he was cleaning out all of his parents' things who had recently passed away.
Old people have so much stuff. You guys remember that? You have to throw things away. Yeah.
And that made me think about the Swedish death cleaning. And in the movie, there was this quote where Seth Rogen's character said, you have great reasons to make excuses, but you're ruining your life. And it's true. Whether it's physical, like clutter, or mental, these things can just keep you from growing. It can keep you stuck, prevent you from letting go. And I realized I've been holding on to piles of stuff. Maybe it is habit, maybe it is me struggling to let go of things. So the Swedish death cleaning, it's not as morbid as it sounds, I promise. It's a way of decluttering and organizing your home where you have in mind what you're leaving behind when you pass. So just like with Ethan, who had to go through his parents' stuff and was like, man, they just left so much junk. Knock on wood, I'm not going to be going anywhere anytime soon, but you just kind of think about like all the things that you have that if no one's going to want it when you pass, if it's not serving any use to you, if it's not bringing you any joy, like why do you have all these things? It's not anything that I want people to have to go through when I'm gone. Why am I holding on to all of this? Another way of looking at it is with like Japanese minimalism. We all know the whole concept of if it's not bringing you joy, get rid of it. But there's also an added layer to having more intentional spaces and creating peace through simplicity. So I'm going to be keeping all of this in mind. I'll be going through my things, thinking, is it serving a function? Is it something that I love? Is it something that I don't need? And I don't want to burden people with having to go through this. And if not, would it be helpful to others? So let's come up with our game plan. Step 1, start small. We're going to be picking one area at a time, maybe a table that you usually pile things on, and then we're going to set a timer for 20 minutes to just work on it. Many times, once I get hyper fixated on a task, I don't even need a timer to get going, but having that mental goal that, it's only 20 minutes and then you can take a break might help you get into it a little bit easier. Step 2, we're going to use a 4-box method. So we have a box for things we're going to keep, things we're going to donate, trash, and then things we're relocating. Step 3, this one is for the parents. One other clutter issue comes with toys. So we're going to be setting up a toy rotation. Obviously, with Christmas time coming in, we're going to be getting lots of new toys. And so maybe the things that he has outgrown, we're going to get rid of, but also have a rotation bin so they can rediscover some of the older toys later. Step 4, setting up systems. So as I mentioned, piling is visually distracting, but we're going to be using that in our favor. So rather than starting over and creating new organization systems that I may or may not follow, I'm going to use those places where I naturally pile to have some sort of basket or bin so it can be contained and visually less distracting, and just make it a point to set a time to go through it and put the things away, because realistically those things do have homes that they belong in already, but they don't always go right back to those places immediately after I'm done using them. Now, some other additional things that may or may not help you out. 1, body doubling. Depending on how you are, you may find it useful to use body doubling, where maybe you would have a friend or family member there with you to kind of keep you focused on the task. However, for me, I'm one of those people that cannot clean when people are around. I don't know if it's like extra anxiety or what. And so what actually works is YouTube, like either watching cleaning videos on YouTube, or in my case today, having you there on the camera. Another thing that may or may not help is to gamify the process. For example, I want to fill up this bag with donation items within 10 minutes. And lastly, reward yourself. After finishing a hard task, for example, maybe reward yourself with something small like a hot cup of cocoa, some chocolate, or if you're going to be done altogether, you can just have like a nice holiday movie that you're going to watch at the end of it. Just make sure if you're not done that you're not creating an additional distraction that will get you out of the cleaning mode. Decluttering isn't just about clean house. It's about creating a life that feels lighter, more intentional, and full of joy. And if you're struggling, just start small. Take your time and give yourself grace. And for those items where you struggle to let go of, just like in the night before, keep in mind, letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means you're opening up space for something new. So if you're also on a decluttering journey, let me know what your wins are in the comment sections. What things are you letting go of this season? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more VLOGMAS fun. And if you like, my reaction channel is linked down below. You can always check that out for my 12 days of Christmas reactions. And I'll catch you all in the next one.